Listen closely. I am the keeper of tales. Welcome to Arabia Tales, where magic awakens and every story comes alive.
This is the story of Malaika, who loved reading very much. This light that comes through the window every day calls me somewhere far away. One day, she was sitting in her room when her mother came to her. Mother, can kindness be taught? Kindness is a light that grows on its own inside the heart. I do not want to marry my cousin. He is cruel, and a darkness like magic follows him. I want to study. I want to earn a doctorate so that I can understand the world better. This path will not be easy. Then keep your light strong. Ask your father for permission to study. Father, I want to enroll in college. You want to study in college? Then you will go there as a student, not as a princess. Your face will always remain behind a veil, even among people of knowledge. And remember this, you will marry only your uncle's son. And so Malaika enrolled in the town university. The whole class was full of gossip about her. Have you seen that girl? She never talks. She always keeps her face covered. The girls kept talking among themselves like this. At the same time, another story was unfolding. A woodcutter lived with his wife. Every morning, the woodcutter woke up early, tied his straw sandals, and went into the forest to cut wood. His wife stayed home, cooked food, cleaned the house, and looked after their small rice field outside. Their home was a small wooden house, but it was cheerful and full of life. They had a son named Huzaifa. He was very intelligent. His parents dreamed that he would earn a doctorate degree. To make this possible, they sold their rice, spent all their savings, and even borrowed money so their son could go to the city and pursue his doctorate. They sent their son to the city. And this is where Malaika's love story begins. She had given her heart to Huzaifa. But Huzaifa was completely absorbed in his studies. He had no idea that Malaika had started liking him. How foolish he is. He does not even look up. One day, she was walking through the library with her friend. Walk slowly. The library feels unusually long today. My father thinks my cousin is a suitable match for me. I cannot marry him. He is cruel. Then what kind of man would you choose? A kind man. Someone who supports others. The love of my life is Huzaifa, and I will marry only him. But that fool does not even look at me. Crazy man. But she was innocent. She did not know that a storm was about to enter her life. Tell me, what news have you brought? She was speaking very openly. About whom? And what was she saying? She said your behavior is harsh, that she does not like it, and that she will not marry you. And did she mention anyone else? Yes. A student named Huzaifa. So it has come to this. She likes him, and he does not even realize it. Now I know exactly where to strike. The examination hall was filled with students taking the exams that would make them doctors. Huzaifa was busy writing his exam when Malaika's cousin, Jalal, entered the hall. Remove Huzaifa from his seat. He must not pass under any circumstances. Huzaifa, vacate your chair and hand me your paper. But what is my fault? With trembling hands, Huzaifa handed over his paper to the examiner, who stamped it fail. Degrees are not earned through merit. They are earned through power. Huzaifa stood in the examination hall, defeated. Now it was Malaika's turn. Jalal arrived and grabbed her by the arm. Come. Now I will show you. He dragged her through underground passages that were dark and terrifying. Yet he felt no pity for her. He took her through those underground routes to a beautiful lotus lake and pushed her toward the water. Now you will live in the world inside the lotus. You will belong only to me and tend my beautiful sheep. O lotus, close yourself and take them to the other world, where they may return to this world only once a year. And so the princess became trapped in the lotus world. Meanwhile, Huzaifa, burdened by failure and exhaustion, started his journey home. The road seemed endlessly long. When he reached his parents, he broke down in pain. Tears flowed from his eyes like a river breaking through a dam. I failed. But his parents held him close. One night, while crickets sang outside, Huzaifa sat beside his mother. She reminded him how, as a child, he used to make beautiful and delicious cakes. Open a cake shop. Your failure does not define you. Let your sweetness become your answer. So Huzaifa opened a small cake shop on a wooden bridge over the river. Day and night he worked there, preparing dough, decorating cakes, and gradually forgetting his failure. It was nearly summertime, and the beauty of the peaceful river was growing even more enchanting. One day, Huzaifa went into the forest to gather beautiful flowers to decorate his cake shop. As he walked deeper into the woods, he saw something unlike anything he had ever seen before. A beautiful young girl was herding sheep in the forest. He had never seen such a beautiful girl. Huzaifa began following her. She walked ahead while the sheep followed behind. She entered through a beautiful gate. Beyond it stood another beautiful gate. She passed through that one as well. But Huzaifa could not enter. He watched from outside. Inside, the sights were astonishing. The girl walked through a lotus garden with her sheep. Eventually she reached an enormous lotus flower. The flower opened. As soon as the sheep and the girl stepped inside, they disappeared. Huzaifa was stunned. He had never seen anything like it. Meanwhile, Malaika had entered a beautiful valley. It was breathtaking, rocky, green, and filled with flowers. But her task there was to tend the sheep. Whenever she called out, the sheep gathered around her as though they had known her for centuries. She prepared food for them. Malaika knew Huzaifa had seen her because she was allowed to visit the outside world only once a year. I know you saw me. But what difference does it make now? Back in college, you never even noticed me. And now I am paying the price for it. Perhaps you are too. Meanwhile, Huzaifa remained busy with his work, but the image of the girl herding sheep never left his mind. No matter how hard he tried, he could not forget her. He returned to that place, only to discover that there were no gates and no lotus field. Soon Huzaifa became ill because he could not remove the beautiful girl from his thoughts. His mother grew worried. The woodcutter and his wife took their son to a town specialist. While they sat in the corridor, Huzaifa noticed one of his former classmates. He approached her. Where have you been? What happened to you? How are you here? Huzaifa, I searched for you everywhere. I must tell you something. I wronged not only my friend but also you. She was Malaika's friend. She told him everything. When Huzaifa heard the truth, it felt as though the ground had disappeared beneath his feet. He sent his parents back home. I will not let this go. Mother, father, go home. I will stay in town for a few days. Now Huzaifa began training to confront Jalal. He exercised, practiced yoga, and worked hard until he felt capable of facing him. When he finally considered himself ready, he set off for Jalal's palace. First, he fought the guards. Then he broke through the doors and entered Jalal's chamber, grabbing him. What did you think? That you would never be caught? The two boarded a boat and traveled through deep waters until they reached an enormous lotus flower. They stepped inside. The flower closed behind them. They arrived in the lotus world. There they found Malaika feeding her beautiful sheep. The sheep surrounded her lovingly, as though they had known her forever. Huzaifa stepped forward. I did not know. I was unaware. I am not going anywhere with either of you. Just take me to my mother. Malaika refused to leave with either man and returned to her mother. She sat in her room with her head resting in her mother's lap while her mother gently stroked her hair. My dear, relationships are not tested. He truly is innocent. I was unaware. Wonderful. Then now I will be the one who acts unaware. Malaika decided to test Huzaifa. Huzaifa opened a cake shop near Malaika's palace. He worked there every day. Malaika deliberately ignored him whenever she passed by. "Honey, look at these flowers. They are wonderful." Poor Huzaifa could only watch. One day, Malaika stood by the beautiful window of her room. Huzaifa came beneath the window. He tied a small cupcake to a beautiful balloon and released it toward her. "I know I am only a baker and you are a princess, but my love for you is immense." "Oh really? Now you remember? You noticed me now?" "I never felt it. I was completely focused on my degree. So busy that you could not even see the girl standing right in front of you? And now you are sending cupcakes with balloons? It's far too late, scholar. Much too late." The next day Huzaifa came dressed as a chef. "Look, I am ready to become your chef. Think about it. We do not need a chef. You may leave." The following day he arrived as a carriage driver. "I will drive your carriage and take you on journeys far and wide." "Where were you before?" The day after that, Huzaifa appeared wearing a plumber's uniform. "There is a leak in the heart. Repairs are necessary. I am coming down. Now speak, my plumbing prince." And thus this beautiful fairy tale comes to an end.
The tale ends here. Thank you for walking through the shadows of Urabia Tales. Until we meet again, stay enchanted.